take a minute, roll your shoulders up, back, and down, shake your wrists out, and then you can do this weird floppy up and down, looks kind of like a wave. Do that and do it so dramatically that you feel the blood rushing into your fingertips. Just feels really good. And then now we'll balance on our left foot first, and you can shake out your right foot. And again, you're shaking it hard enough that your foot is kind of flopping. Shake, shake, shake. Good test for your balance. And then stand on your right foot, shake out the left. And now both feet at the same time, dolphin style. Okay, so now we'll bring our shoulders up, back, and down. And we're gonna align our breath. We're gonna do a big inhale when you bring them up, and exhale down. Nice and dramatic, big rolls. Inhale up, exhale down. And when you exhale down, you're rolling your shoulders like you're gonna place them in your back pocket. Very dramatic, opening your chest up. One more big inhale up and back, down. And now you can inhale up and forward. Inhale up and roll forward. And one more, forward, down. Okay, so now get your shoulders settled again. And now just bring our left ear toward our left shoulder and just let your head hang heavy. Keep your breath nice and even and calm. You can breathe into your belly, exhale fully, and just really feel that length on the right side as you let your head roll to the left. You can hold your arm out if that helps and kind of feel a difference in the stretch. And then let your head roll forward, lengthening the back of your neck. Again, you're keeping your shoulders down away from your ears. And you can do little gentle rocks, left to right. And just breathe and think of just letting all that tension out of your neck. Okay, now we're gonna roll right ear to the right shoulder. Taking it nice and slow here. It takes time for these muscles that are just so used to being tense to just relax. Deep breaths in, full breath out. You can see about bringing your arm out, if that, just see how that affects tension in your neck. And then now just play with doing little circles just on the front side to begin. Go as slow as you need. And I didn't do the disclaimer at the beginning of class, but definitely listen to your body here. Anything that I lead you through that you just don't feel comfortable with, or your neck is not ready for, or any part of your body, do just take it nice and easy. That's the whole point, is through every pose today, and you might see I moved to the back of my neck. Do what feels good here. If a full circle feels good, do that. But that might be a lot. But what I was saying is through every pose today, just treat yourself with kindness. You're here, your body brought you here today. Be grateful for that. Anything that seems like a challenge that is just too much for today, don't beat yourself up. Just start with where you are. Okay, we'll bring our hands to heart center and take a big inhale up. I'll stand sideways so you can see. I'm gonna just gently stretch up and back. I'm working my upper arms back toward my ears, or even behind my ears if I can, as I push my hips forward. And I'm just wiggling back and forth, finding space, pointing my chest toward the sky. And then I'm gonna come back up, lengthen nice and tall, bringing my rib cage away from my hips. And I'm gonna put my hands on my hips and hinge forward, putting a nice gentle bend in my knee and roll down. And again, just wiggling back and forth, shaking out whatever tension you find. Breathe and relax. and come into just it's kind of a modified forward fold because you got a nice bend in your knee. And depending on how tight your hamstrings are, if you've got room and you want to hang all the way straight over, you can, or have as much bend as you need. Support yourself if that's helpful. And here you can grab onto your elbows if you don't need your hands to support you, and just work to lengthen your back. Let your spine just begin to drape toward the floor. And again, as much bend as you need in your knees. Here you can shake your head no, shake it yes. Just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. You can roll your jaw around. Nobody can see your face right now, so you can contort it however you like. And here we're gonna begin to roll back up, stacking our spine and bringing the head up last. Okay, I'll face you guys again. Take a big deep inhale up. Again, we're gonna lengthen, pull your rib cage away from your hips. Drop your left hand and stretch over to the right, making a nice long line from your right hand to your right foot. You can push your hip out to the right and just feel a full stretch in the right side of your body. Breathing fully in and exhale deep. See if you can go a little deeper on the exhale. And you can look up or down if it's easier on your neck. One more breath on this side. Nice and long. Okay, and then inhale up to the center. Again, stretch nice and tall. And then drop your right hand and stretch over to the side. You can push your hips out toward the left and change the direction of your neck if it's more comfortable. Inhale deeply. And exhale, see if you can stretch a little deeper. All the way from your left hand to your left heel. Nice long line. Okay, inhale up to center. You're gonna do another little back bend. So you're pushing your hips forward, chest to the sky. Go as deep as you're comfortable here. You can also bend your knees. You don't have to go this deep, but you can. It feels really good. Come slowly up to center. And this time we're going to do a half lift. So you're going to push against either your hip bones or your upper thighs and just lengthen your back. So you want to keep your back flat like a tabletop. And I'm just pushing against my legs to lengthen my spine. Make sure you're not tensing up your shoulders. I was. So pull your shoulders away from your ears as you push and lengthen. And then again, you can soften your knees and come all the way into a forward fold. And you should be able to find a little more length in your spine this time since we were here before. And just hang, see if you can play around with straightening your knees. You'll get a little more stretch in your hamstring. Again, shake your head yes and no. Let go of any tension you're holding. Wiggle around, whatever feels good. Okay, so now we're gonna come down. I think you guys are all good coming down easy, but I'll show for anybody in the recording. If it's difficult to get down on your hands and knees, you wanna get your weight centered over your legs, bring your hands to the floor, and then just walk your feet back and put your knees down on the ground. That's a simple way to get up and down. And then I'll show you now in case I forget later, because it happens, to get back up. Same thing, you're just gonna get your feet under you, walk them forward to where you keep your weight centered, get your feet planted, and then roll back up. So, but for now, we'll just stay on our hands and knees. Okay, so now we'll do a little cat-cow. It's always a good place to start. So cow, you're pointing your tailbone to the sky and your chest and chin. Your heart is coming forward and your chin up to the sky. And you're dropping your belly and inhaling up. I got a nice little pop in my back when I did that. It felt great. And then you're exhaling, pushing the ground away as you arch your spine like a cat, Halloween cat. So exhale completely. And so now just at your own breath, inhale up, drop your belly, raise your tailbone, exhale down. And if you were sitting in a chair, you could do the same motion, just sitting and arch, exhale. So just keep doing this at your own breath, your own pace. I can also show you a few other things. I like to curve my left hip to the left side and look back at it, and then curve right to get a nice side to side curve in my spine. You can also do belly rolls where you get your whole chest and roll it around. All this is just lubricating our joints, getting everything ready to stretch a little deeper. Okay, we can play with spinal balance next. So this one, bring your left arm up and you're working to keep everything nice and straight. So my head is even straight, my neck. So left arm up and right leg up. And here we're lifting in the back side of your body. So you're pulling up like your glute, your low back, upper back, everything pulling up to the sky. And hold here if you can. You can set it down, take a break whenever you need to, or you can come in, you can bring your elbow to your knee, come back up, do reps like that, or just practice holding. But you can really get a nice little, get your heart rate up, just holding up. Okay, now we'll try the other side. So right arm flat, out, left leg up and back. You can just hold tight, pulling everything up. And pay attention to how your sides feel, that you're working to really keep everything in nice balance, not be, wonky like this. If it's hard to do that, put your knee down and work on feeling straight, and then try it again, because that's what you're looking for, is balancing out. You can do a couple of these. If you want more, take a break when you want. Okay, so let's do the other side again. Left arm up, right leg up. And you can try now anything I showed you before, or you can see if you bend your knee, if you can reach back and grab your foot. Some days you can, some days you can't. Many people I've taught, they can't on the first try, but they're shocked that the second class they're able to do it when they thought it was impossible. So if you can, then you can kick your leg back, and just like we were doing with cow, you can bring your chest and chin up and get a really nice stretch here. That is nice. So hold this if you can, take a break if you need. Take a couple more breaths. Okay. All right, we'll do a quick little reset. Just wiggle around so you feel nice and balanced, and then we'll do the other side. So right arm up, left leg up, get nice and straight. And then again, you can work through the stuff I showed you before, or see if you can catch your right foot, kick back, raise your chin and chest, arch, breathe, don't hold your breath through any of it. Do one more breath. Okay. Let's push back, sit on your heels, walk your hands out ahead of you, and see if you can bring your forehead toward the mat and even your elbows into child's pose. And this is a nice active pose. It looks like you're not doing anything, but you're working to push your heels back, lengthen your arms ahead of you, bring your elbows to the ground and your head to the ground. You'll feel a nice stretch across your shoulders and upper back. So just catch your breath here a minute. Maybe I'm the only one that's out of breath. And then you can walk your hands to the left, stretching the whole right side of your body. Walk them as far as you want to get a nice stretch from your right hand to your right hip. Take a few breaths here. And walk your hands back to the center. And then walk them over. Getting a nice stretch. Just breathe. And just let it go. Okay, coming back into center, just push, get in the deepest child's pose. Try to pull your elbows down to the floor and just sink into the earth. Relax completely. Okay, now we'll push back up to hands and knees. I'll show you guys thread the needle. So I think it'll be better for me to turn around. You're going to take your left hand and point it where the back of your hand is against the floor and slide under. I think you guys can see me okay. Slide it under where you're putting your left shoulder and your left ear on the ground. And this is plenty. Or if you want a little more opening in the chest, you can put your right hand into your left and like push your shoulder, your right shoulder back. You're straightening your arm to get a little extra stretch, as if you're going to twist your chest toward the sky. And just breathe here. I have my head turned, but you can keep your head flat on the ground. Take a few breaths here. And now you can put your right hand on the ground, push up, and do the same thing on the other side. So you're just swiping your right hand with the back of your hand against the ground. You're going to see the back view of me, but your left hand, you can either leave it on the floor or you can kind of push into your right hand and get a little deeper stretch in your upper back and along your spine. And I tend to look up, but you can keep your right ear to the ground. Take just a couple breaths here. Okay, and then putting your left hand back on the ground, you can push up gently. We'll push back to sitting on our heels. And if this is uncomfortable, you can get a blanket and put it between your rear and your heels, get a little more space there. But we will come into hare pose. So here, we're gonna roll forward and get the tip top of your head and just put it on the floor in front of you. And then lift your hips up and see if you can reach back and hold your heels. If not, you can just keep your hands to either side. You're not putting a lot of weight in the top of your head. You're just using it kind of as like a little kickstand almost to kind of balance you as you lift your hips to the sky. And this is a great place. I'm going to let this plane fly over because it's loud. To close your eyes and direct your gaze right between your eyebrows to your third eye center. This is a great place to increase your focus, creativity. Do this right before a meeting if you really want to be your best. Maybe before a Zoom meeting when nobody can see you, what you're doing ahead of class. So just work to calm your breath here. We'll take one more deep breath. Okay, and then you can bring your feet back to your feet, keeping your head down, and just roll up gently. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Okay. Now we can come up to our knees, and we'll do reverse. We'll do camel. So you can bring your hands to your low back, and just like we were doing before, you're kind of pushing your hips forward, pushing your chest to the sky, and then to make it a little easier, instead of keeping your feet flat, you can bring your feet up and reach back if you can. See if you can reach your heels. And if not, just stay right where we are. But if you can, reach your heels and see about pushing your hips forward as you drop your head back. Nice arch. Again, this is opening up the front of our legs. Our psoas muscles that like to get nice and tight. So this is a great alternative to hunching forward all the time. It's like undoing everything that we do at our desks. This is the opposite. Okay, one more deep breath here. And when you're ready, bring your hands back to your lower back. Come up gently. Take a deep breath. Okay. Now, let's bring your left foot forward, right foot back. You can bring it out a little deeper than having it just at right angles, or your left foot a little farther, not just at a right angle, so a little farther. Clasp your hands and come forward into a nice lunge, and then draw your hands up behind you, pulling back with your hands, trying to see if you can get your upper arms back by your ears. Lunge deep, and then pulling your rib cage away from your hips. See if you can point your chest to the sky again. And take breaks if you need, but you're just working. This is a full body stretch, working into a deep lunge. You can even act like you're going to drag your left heel back toward your body, which makes your lunge deeper. And pulling your arms back, pulling your hands, pointing your chest to the sky. Do one more breath here, come to your deepest. Okay, and now lengthen that leg, and you can slowly bend over it, putting your hands on either side, and just stretch long. I got a nice pop in my hip there. Maybe you did too. Pulling your head toward your foot. You can rotate your ankle while you're doing this. Kind of play around with lengthening over your left leg. Okay, now we'll do the other side. So right foot forward, come into a deep lunge, clasp your hands, point forward, and then draw your arms up, pulling your forearms toward your ears, even behind your ears if you can, as you lunge deeply and point your chest toward the sky. Think about pulling your ribs away from your hips as you pull your right foot back, dragging your heel, like you're acting like you're dragging your heel toward your body, and that deepens your lunge. We'll do a few breaths on this side. One more. Go to your deepest. Okay. And gently lengthen your right leg, bringing your hips back and your head forward over. Just don't forget to breathe. Nice, calm, even breaths. Just lengthen and stretch. You can have as much bend in your knee as you need. My hamstrings, no matter what I do, they just seem to be quite tight. So I'm not somebody that just folds in half like a sandwich. And that is okay. Through all of these things, just remember to be grateful for what your body does let you do each day. And the more you do these things, it's just amazing how your body responds. It loves for you to pay attention to it and use it and stretch it. And it'll do things you just never expected. It is true. Okay, we're gonna come back, bring our left knee up again, and then I'm gonna turn around so you can see me better. So this time we're gonna square our legs, and it's helpful to have your right toes up for balance. So now, with your left leg at an L shape ahead of you, bring your right arm up and cross it if you can. Actually, the easier way is just to bring your hand to the outside of your knee and twist behind you. So this is like the beginner stretch. And if you want a little deeper, you can bring your elbow outside your knee. See if you can bring your hands to a prayer and then twist your chest up. You're like using leverage between your right elbow and your left knee, and bring your hands toward your sternum as you twist your chest toward the sky. Really nice spinal twist. And think about just inhaling and twisting deeper on the exhale. If you want, you can open your arms up, twist even deeper. Open to the sky. Okay. And now you can bring your left hand on the ground next to your left foot, and we'll stretch to the opposite side. So right hand up to the sky. And again, I always look up, but if that's a lot on your neck, you can point your gaze wherever it's helpful for your neck. We'll just do a few deep breaths here. All this twisting is so good for digestion. Just think of all the benefits you're bringing your body as you pay attention to it. Breathe deeply. Okay, you can bring that hand down. We'll switch our legs. I'm almost done with the torturous part. It's about to get more relaxing. All right, so left arm over. And again, if you want a gentle twist, you can just put your hand on the outside and stretch back this way. Or if you want a little bit deeper, bring your elbow outside. I'll turn around again so that you guys can see me. Bring your elbow outside, hands to heart center, and see about turning your chest toward the sky. Getting a nice twist. Inhaling deeply and twisting a little more on the exhale. And again, you can open up if you'd like. One more breath up, open, and now bring your right hand all the way to the ground next to your right foot and twist to the opposite side. Left hand to the sky. And again, just direct your gaze where it's comfortable for your neck. But the more you do look up and out, you will strengthen the muscles in your neck, and it'll get easier. Okay, one more breath here. You can bring both hands down. And now we'll come around to sit on our rears. Bring your legs out ahead of you. And have as much bend as you need in your knees. We're going to do another spine stretch. And this one, the more you have your legs straight, the more you'll feel it in your hamstrings, but it's more about your back. So you're going to bring your chest to your thighs, grab onto your feet, and just work to bringing your head toward your feet. And then as you want, you can stretch your legs out, but you don't want to lose that nice length in your spine. We're not trying to round down. We're trying to hinge at our hips and keep the spine nice and long. Make sure you're not holding tension in your shoulders while you do this either. A nice, calm breath, pulling your head toward your feet, and then just lengthening your legs or straightening them out more as you get more space. So you can hang out here. This is something I should do more, like when my kid wants to watch TV, I should just be sitting and lengthening my hamstrings because they could use all the help. This is a great place to just scan your body, see if you're holding tension anywhere, and just mindfully let it go where you find it. You don't need tension in your shoulders, not in your jaw. Just lengthen, breathe, and try to relax your muscles. And you can really find length. You'll be surprised. Like when you mindfully relax something, it's like, oh, I'm deeper than I thought I could be. Okay, now get your hands and stretch them out past your feet. Come all the way up. And then we're going to put them behind us. And there's a few things you can do here. A full reverse plank is where you bring your hips all the way up in a long line. If that seems like a lot, you can also bring your legs in and try for bench. So instead of being a saggy couch, you're trying to be a strong bench where somebody can come and sit on you and you could hold them up. So just you're pushing your glutes, you're pushing your hips to the sky, letting your head fall back. You can come up and down while I do this, or you can try the other plank with your legs straight. This one I think is a little more difficult. It's just, yeah, this one's more difficult. But it's really, you're pulling everything toward the sky. Okay. Now with your legs long, keep your left leg long, bring your right knee or your right foot over the left knee. You can keep this left leg out straight, or you can turn it and bring your left heel next to your right hip. Either way, you want to be centered on your sit bones, and then bring your left arm up. And again, we're going to bring it across the right knee and twist and look behind us. And so here you're looking to have your spine nice and straight up and down, and then just twisting like a spiral staircase. So breathing in deep and then exhaling fully and seeing how deep you can get that twist. Looking over your right shoulder. And something fun I learned is, depending on where you have your arm, you can snake your arm through this little hole here and then reach around and grab that hand and pull. And it's something that looks impressive, and I thought for a long time I couldn't do it. It's not that hard, and it looks impressive. So I recommend trying it because that's really what it's all about, right? Okay, inhale, one more big deep breath. Twist on the exhale as deep as you can. Okay, then we're gonna unwind. Okay, so this time we're gonna bring, why am I turned around? Okay, so You can either have your right leg out straight or bring your right heel next to your left hip. You're going to cross your left foot over your right knee. And this time we'll raise our right arm, cross it over the left knee. Keep your spine nice and straight and twist and look around behind you over your left shoulder. Deep inhales, twisting deep on the exhale. And if you want to play with bringing your arms through, you can reach around behind and clasp, and that helps you pull a little deeper. And you know, I was kidding earlier that it's absolutely not about what you look like. It's about listening to your body, doing what it can each day, and being happy that you're here to do any of it. That is really key. So one more inhale, twist as deep as you can, exhaling everything out. Okay, nice job. I'm gonna check the time. Normally I can see my clock. Okay, we have a little bit of time. Let's come to our backs. Roll down. You're gonna love this. Feels good. You can start by just making little circles with your knees, giving yourself a low back massage. Make the circles as big as you want, or roll to the spots you need. This is all about you right now. Just enjoy it. Okay, bring your left leg long and bring your right knee and see how close you can pull your right knee toward your right shoulder. Just squeeze it in there. You rotate your right ankle one direction and then the other direction. That's just to distract you from this, how deep you're trying to squeeze your leg right now. Hopefully it worked. Okay, let's get your right knee and bring it all the way across your body to the left side, and try to work to keep your right shoulder on the ground as you bring your right knee to the ground on the left side. And you may not touch on both sides, but that's the goal, is to stretch so deeply across your right side that you're making a long line from the floor where your right knee is on the floor on the left and your right shoulder is on the floor. And this is another great place to just breathe and tell your body, tell your muscles to relax and lengthen. Don't fight it. And they will. You'll feel length that you create by relaxing. Take a few breaths here. Scan your body. Find any tension. Let it go. Okay, now take your right knee, open it all the way out to the right side. You can get your right hand and put it on top of your knee and try to kind of encourage that right knee toward the ground on the right side. So again, an opportunity to find any muscles that are tense in your upper leg, your glute. Just breathe into them, let them relax. No need for tension right now. Trying to melt into the ground. Calm your breath. Enjoy the birds. Maybe you can hear my birds. Okay, one more breath on this side. Full exhale, melting to the floor. And then bring your right leg long and bring your left knee up toward your left shoulder. You're gonna squeeze that in. You can rock around if you need. Find that space to move your left knee toward your shoulder. Circle your ankle to one direction, the other direction. Squeeze in again, nice and tight, keeping that right leg long and on the floor. Okay, and now bring your left knee all the way across to the right side while you work to point your chest to the sky or the ceiling and keep your left shoulder on the ground. So a nice long stretch all across the left side of your body, from your left shoulder to your left knee, which is touching the ground or heading toward the ground on the right side. And so again, scan, make sure you're not tensing anything up to do this. It's all about breathing, relaxing, lengthening. Okay, one more breath here. Another good time to scan and relax. Okay, the left knee comes all the way up, across, and open to the left side. You can use your left hand to gently suggest to your knee that it relax toward the floor. Breathe into all the muscles in your upper left leg, your inner thigh, your glutes are relaxed. And you're just working to melt into the ground. Any tension you find, you breathe into that space and just tell it to relax. One more big deep breath here. Exhale, fully relaxing. And then bring your left leg long with your right. You can bring your arms overhead and do a nice stretch from your fingertips to your toes. Okay, and then bring your arms down, palms toward the sky. You can roll your shoulders a little bit under you so that your chest feels really nice and open. And just let your arms relax completely. And then remember the pose I showed you at the beginning, mountain pose. This is what we're going for. Your legs are in line, your knees are in line with your hips, your ankles with your legs. Let your legs relax or your feet just flop open to the sides. And then close your eyes down if you're comfortable, keeping your chin relaxed. We'll take just a few minutes. I'm going to check the time, see how many minutes we have to relax together. Okay, we have a good amount of time for Shavasana. This is perfect. So just take a minute to think about your breath, entering your body fully and exiting your body fully. Scan your body, beginning with your feet, all the way up, slowly up your legs. Think about each muscle as you come in contact with it. Your feet are fully relaxed. Your lower legs and knees are relaxed. Upper legs and hips relax to the floor. Lower back melting to the floor. And if you find a place you need to adjust, do it, but we're working here to try to let our bodies remain completely still. So unless something's really pulling to your attention, try to keep it still. So low back, relax to the ground. Middle back, upper back and shoulders. Any tension you find when you come across it, just mindfully let it go. Upper arms, elbows, wrists and hands, completely still and relaxed. Your belly is light and loose. Your chest, light and loose. Your jaw is completely relaxed, all the muscles in your face. There's no need to have any tension anywhere in your face right now. Feel your eyebrows gently pull apart as your forehead smooths in relaxation. Your scalp is completely relaxed, and your brain, just turn it off. You can even ignore me. If you fall asleep, no one will know. Just fully relax and begin to be aware of your breath. That's the only thing that really needs to exist right now, and you don't have to control it. Your breath will come and go without any need to tell it what to do. So first become aware of just watching your breath. Watch it enter. Notice the small pause between the time when you inhale and exhale, and the small pause between your exhale and your next inhale. Just watch that. And now see if you can move past just watching your breath to becoming at one with your breath, realizing that you don't need to control it. You are the same. Your consciousness is the same as your breath as it appears. You don't need to watch it from your brain, but instead just be present as your breath exists. Be with it. It's a great way to clear any cluttered thoughts out of your mind, is just to be with your breath. So just practice for about the next minute. And when you become aware of thoughts creeping in, just notice them and dismiss them. And bring your attention back to being with your breath. You can put your gaze back between your third eye center, between your eyebrows. You may notice something there you can focus on. It's great practice. We'll take about 30 more seconds just to practice letting thoughts go as you notice them, being with your breath. This is what gives you space around incoming thoughts, incoming emotions, and knowing you're different than that. You can create space and decide how to respond. So dismiss thoughts and be with your breath, noticing how your body is fully relaxed. Okay, begin to just gently deepen your inhales, deepen your exhales. Start to bring some movement back into your body. You can wiggle your fingers and toes, circle your wrists and your ankles. And bring your arms overhead. Do a nice full body stretch, pointing your toes, pointing your fingers. See how long a line you can make with your body. You can gently bring your feet up and prepare to roll into the fetal position on one side. I like my right side. And just lay here for a few breaths. You can keep your eyes closed. I recommend it. Come back gently. Use your arms to gently push you up into a seated position, whatever's comfortable. Come to an easy sit. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Roll your neck around again. Scan your body for any tension that might still be clinging on, and just let it go. I'm going to do 2 Brahmari breaths, which is taking a big inhale and then a hum on the exhale. It's great for your nervous system. And then my last breath, I'll do an Om. And I encourage you to join me if you want to try it, or just listen to me, whatever. So big inhale. Second breath, inhale. And third breath, I'll Om. I'll bring my hands to heart center and bow to you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you. Okay. I hear my headphones dying. Hopefully they made it all the way through. Yes.